Yes, everyone. Hope everyone's getting into the Christmas spirit and the whatnots. Obviously, the World Cup has finally drawn to an end. Me personally, you already know my take on it, guys. I was itching to get back to the Prem. But we're gonna focus on the World Cup, obviously, every 4 years. And it's been a great tournament. So yeah, we're gonna do a little review of the tournament, get a bit of our own personal opinions in, some surprises, and obviously we're gonna absolutely dissect the final. That was the best football match I've ever watched in my life in terms of what's at stake and the players who were turning up and the rate the goals were coming in, the end to end. Yo, fam, listen, we'll save that for a bit. But right now, what we're gonna do, I think the last time we was on here was after England crashed out. The last time we
No,
met
we didn't. We didn't. We weren't hurt. We weren't here for that. It was before the quarterfinals.
before, so even before England crashed out.
Yeah.
Mad. You sure? We didn't talk about Kane missing those penalties.
Nah.
Well, I got one word for that. Killian. Killian, bro. Man said, "What? You think it's too much pressure for a player to score two penalties in a game? I'll score three, my guy, against the same keeper as well, Luis." See what I mean, bro? Kane ain't ready. Kane's got the Spurs mentality embedded in him, bro. He doesn't know how to win. If Kane signed for Man City in the summer, I guarantee he scores both those penalties. I, I guarantee you. Man thinks I'm joking. Bro. I'm telling you, man. Subconsciously, it's the mindset in there, bro. It's tweaking him. I don't even want to focus on England. I'll be real because I thought the World Cup was so great, and obviously English media there's already been a lot of focus on England. We're not here to talk about England too tough.
Nah. I
So
want to talk about England.
you want to talk about
That.
England?
Yeah. No. That game. That I've got a lot to say about England.
Why? What's on your mind about England?
Bro, do you want me to get into it?
I want you to get into it. I want you to chop it up. Why you're
Alright. So the aftermath of the England France game, I think the narrative seems to be that you know England shouldn't be too disheartened. They arguably they outplayed France. They put up a brilliant performance. They dominated the game, but unfortunately they just missed a penalty which could have taken them into extra time, and it's just all unlucky. The players should leave with their heads held high. It wasn't like a traditional England knockout where they showed up and crumbled and so on.
mm,
My thing is, bro, I watched that game twice. So I watched that game obviously live. When you watch it live, you're in the emotion of the whole game, and sometimes that does cloud your judgment on certain things. And I watched it again after the result. And bro, not gonna lie, although England did have most of the ball, they didn't really threaten France like that, bro. When you actually think about that game, how many chances did England create?
clear
I mean,
cut. No,
Kane,
they didn't have many.
they didn't, bro. Like they were given two gifts, which were penalties. Saka was going away from the box when Shishomeni
I
fouled
wouldn't say
him.
I wouldn't say gifts. I feel like those penalties were well worked and well earned.
No, but it's a gift in a sense that it's poor from the France players that gave it away. Like
But wouldn't you
that,
say that because of the intensity of the front three? Because Saka's running in, causing problems, gets fouled. Like I would say it's a gift.
I hear that, but if you go back and watch that sequence again, obviously Saka and Bellingham have played a nice little 1-2. Saka's coming in. He's taken a touch to take him outside the box, and
Mm.
Griezmann is coming in, is literally running in to help out Tchouameni, and then he's fouled Saka. So you could even argue because he's going away from the box, that's even less of a reason to bring him down. But if you want to say, England, they worked that one well and earned it, okay, I might give you that. But for the second one, bro, the second one it was horrific from Hernandez, bro. Bellingham has overhit that pass. Mount has made the run. He was never getting to the ball. And
Yeah, the
literally,
Mount one, I'll agree with you, is a complete gift. That's what a gift. But I feel like the Saka one was definitely well worked and like was deserved. And then you could argue that they should have even had a penalty before that because Kane's clearly getting hacked from behind. That's a
I,
blatant pen.
I mean, it was outside the box, though.
No. The contact started outside the box, but he chopped him in the box.
I don't know. That one VAR looked at it and didn't bring it back because it was outside the box. But for me in general with that game, I don't think England did much, bro. And as if you watched France throughout the tournament, France do what they need to do to get by. So what happened in that game was they scored early. Shermany scored in like what, the 15th, 16th minute. They then sat back and let England play. England get the penalty. It's 1-1. As soon as Kane scored the penalty to make it 1-1, from the kickoff, Rabiot had a chance on the other. Rabiot had a volley on the other end that drew a save from Pickford. The one time Mbappe got past Walker, he played a ball into the box that Giroud decided to dummy for some reason. Dembele didn't expect it. And so when the ball came to Dembele, he literally had no time to react. Right before Giroud scored, he had a half volley that Pickford also saved. So France actually created better chances than England, even though England dominated the ball. So, in my opinion, watching that game back, England didn't actually do anything. If you watched France Morocco and watched France England, Morocco were way more threatening than England were. But the narrative seems to be that England played such a brilliant game and had such brilliant opportunities that they didn't take. So it's a thing where it's like, oh, we didn't get dominated
I
by another
wouldn't,
big
I
team.
wouldn't, I wouldn't say they had brilliant opportunities, but they definitely. I can't lie. I fully watched the game. They definitely played better than France.
No,
On a
but
whole, they played better.
no, but did they play better, or is that just what France
France,
do?
France looked dangerous every time they were on the ball, but
Mm.
England controlled the game and played better.
But is that because France? Is that not just because France allowed them to?
I wouldn't say allowed.
I think they did, bro. Because look, once once they scored, they literally sat back. Once England equalized, then they started to try and play. That's just allowing, bro. Like how the amount of times, yeah, where England had the ball and Maguire and Stones were literally just playing the ball between each other. None of the midfielders, Rice, Bellingham, bro. The maddest thing for me about Bellingham is everyone left the tournament sort of raving about him. I actually left the tournament disappointed because he like I said before, he's not who I thought he was. Like he's literally just, and I mean no disrespect by this, but I thought he was a technician. Like I thought he was from the way he was scouted from when he was 16 or something. I thought he was generational, bro. And literally when England were looking for someone to take the ball on the half turn in between the lines, bro, he was found wanting, bro. Like him and Henderson in that midfield. It for me, bro, it just wasn't it. And I know people, will blame Kane, and yeah, he missed the penalty, he overcompensated, he overthought. Lloris is his home. I mean, is his teammate goalie. He just overthought it. And to be fair, Southgate as well has taken a lot of criticism. People have questioned his substitutions, not being able to impact the game. Everybody's blaming him for taking off Saka and whatnot. For me, it's not so much that he took off Saka, it's who he brought on Saka for. Who he took off Saka for. He brought Sterling back. Sterling literally had just come back from the unfortunate situation that happened with his family. I don't even think he was in the right headspace to even be playing football. And he's brought him on when he needs a goal. Like, I just thought
Should have just put
that was just huh?
should have. I don't understand taking off Saka. If anything, take off Kane.
That after Kane missed the penalty, his head wasn't in it anymore. You could see that the miss of the penalty, the weight of it was just dawning on him. His head was completely out of it, and there was still 6 minutes of normal time plus an additional 8 minutes of added time left.
Yeah,
So
I would have
that's
got
still
Wilson.
a
I would have got Wilson on.
decent. Yeah, he should have taken off Kane. But besides that, I wasn't a fan of the starting lineup. I
He
honestly,
wasn't.
bro, as as
Except for
as
except for
well as
Henderson, I thought that was a good start. No, no.
bro, in my opinion, as well as Saka played in the second half, I actually didn't think he should have started in the game.
No,
I,
that's
I
ridiculous.
thought I thought heading into the game, I
Who do you
thought
who do you start in that right wing over Saka?
I thought Rashford should have started.
Nah. Not even Rashford can't even play on the right. I've seen Rashford on the right. He's awful on the right.
But
Rashford's
but
left
that's
winger awful. He's awful on
but
the
but
right.
but that, that
And you
that's
don't.
where that's where he's played for England in this tournament.
That's why he played left wing against Iran.
No. When he came on against Iran, he played on the right. When he scored the two goals he scored against USA, the second goal he scored came from the right. Rashford hasn't really played on the left besides the France game. That was the first game he played on the left. But even though, okay, if I'm not going to start Rashford for Saka, Foden, then either Foden or Saka can't start in that
Not
game.
Foden in the right wing. Come on, man. What are you doing to the team?
Hmm?
Foden's not even, one. Not even. I'm not trying to see Foden at right wing. I'm not even trying to see Foden on the wing. I'm
No,
trying
no,
to see.
I
I'm
didn't
trying
say,
to see.
I didn't say
I'm trying to
Foden
see
on the wing.
Rice, Bellingham, and Foden in that midfield.
I didn't say Foden on the wing, but for me, Rashford had to start because you need to look at the weaknesses in the French team. They've got Jules Koundé, who's a centre back, playing at right back. So you need someone that will go at him.
Which is what
You can't
Saka did.
play, huh?
Saka was doing that. Saka was the only player in the final third trying to take players on, and that's why he
I'm,
won the penalty.
I'm talking about Jules Koundé, bro. He played on the right. Saka played on the right. Jules Koundé is a right back, so it's the
Oh,
left
see,
wing
see,
I'm
see.
talking about.
Yeah, but wouldn't you rather than have someone who's neat and tidy like Foden?
No. As you need to play a left winger against Jules Koundé. I remember
But you just said
Gary
it
Neville
yourself though.
said
He's a
one
centre back,
time,
so wouldn't it be harder to take him on 1v1 if he's a centre back?
no, it will be easier. Centre back. The worst thing for a centre back is having to defend out wide, bro. That's why no centre back ever likes being dragged out wide because out wide you're literally on your own and you've got no protection, bro. So what Southgate needed to do in that game, Foden or Saka has to be sacrificed. Rashford has to start. Someone that will take on a fullback has to be starting because Koundé literally was cheesing throughout the whole game because Foden on in the first half, Foden was non-existent. In the second half, he kind of came into the game a bit because he was dropping inside. But Koundé literally had a walk in the park in that game. He was never challenged at all in that game. And that's where Southgate was just missing something for me, just missing those little tactical decisions. Like Henderson was playing because if you noticed, in order to neutralize Mbappe, Walker didn't go forward once. It was Henderson that was overlapping for Saka. So I guess
Yeah,
his
yeah.
way of
Walker did
making
well,
up
you know.
for
Big at Walker still.
no,
Walker
he
did all
did
right.
well, and his way of making up for Walker not overlapping was to play Henderson on the right so that Henderson can sort of play with Saka and give Saka a bit of an option now and there so that he's not left isolated against Hernandez. But I just think, bro, once again, bro, the midfield for me, Bellingham for me, if you're gonna have Henderson there as a way to make up for Walker not going forward, you need Rice and Bellingham to be those guys in midfield. And for me, they
Yeah,
just
but Rice doesn't
weren't.
go. Rice sits
Huh?
back in it. When Rice is on the ball, he might drive forward, but off the ball, Rice is gonna sit back and just tidy things up.
I know, and just for me, like I just think once again, England are just missing. They're just missing. Whether it's this, I would play Foden in midfield if I was the England manager, but
Yeah,
clearly he
facts.
doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to do that. Like, bro, he brought on
I think he
Sterling.
doesn't want to
He
do that
brought.
because he doesn't. If Sterling was fit, then Foden wouldn't even have started. Let's be real. He would have started
That's
Sterling.
true. Yeah, no, you're
So
right. And I just think once again, bro, like on the against the big team, because if you look at the teams that Southgate has beaten in his major tournament career for England,
he hasn't beat anyone
he's
big, bro.
in 2018 he beat Colombia, he beat Sweden, and he lost to Croatia. In the Euros, he beat Germany, he beat Denmark, and he beat Ukraine. And in here, he beat Senegal. Bro, come on. When are England gonna go into a game against a big club, against a France team, by the way, who is depleted? When are they going to go into a game like this and win?
But why would you say the French team was depleted? I know they were missing players like Pogba and Kante, but
Your
I know
mic,
it
your
was.
mic is cracking.
Yeah, no, I noticed that. I don't know if it was mine or yours. About
No, it's cracking still.
I still hear the crackling still. I've still got the snap crackling pop.
Yeah, it's kind of getting worse. It sounds scatty.
You keep talking and I'm gonna try to sort this out.
All right, but yeah, I mean, you guys can put your comments in the chat and tell me if you agree with me. But I just think the performance was overrated in the sense that there in my opinion there weren't a lot of moments where England really threatened France. Like, and I don't mean to come across as overly critical or anything, but even Saka, that everyone was talking about having a good game. Yeah, he got fouled a lot. He did get fouled a lot. But if you watch the game, and I watched the whole game again, Saka had 3 moments in the game. The first one was when he did he ran in behind Rabiot. Henderson gave him the ball. He got on the edge of the box and he put a pull ball in across the box. The second one was the penalty, and then the third one was when he received the ball in midfield on the half turn, ran with it, and took a weak right-footed shot that Lloris saved. Like it. So even the players that people are saying had such amazing games, like for me, it still wasn't given. Like it wasn't there, man. And I just think the country has to raise its standards because we're constantly being told how good these players are and how the camaraderie in the squad is improving, the harmony amongst the players are improving, and Southgate
Yeah.
has these players ticking and stuff. Yeah, the mic is still bad. How everything is just improving and everything, but when once again they were found wanting in a big stage against the France team, like I said before, who were depleted, and I mean depleted in a sense that majority of the players that were missing for France would start. So the likes of Pogba, the likes of Kante, the likes of Benzema, the likes of Lucas Hernandez, ordinarily they would be starting for France, and it was a huge opportunity for England because even Morocco fans that I've heard speak on that game after beating Portugal, they were saying that they would rather play France. Obviously, it didn't work well eventually for them, but they said that they would rather face France than England. That they fancy their chances against France more than they fancy their chances against England. So, once again, the they England once again didn't perform against a big team in a major final, and unfortunately, the narrative continues. They are still yet to get that major victory in a major international competition, and unfortunately, that's just the harsh reality of the situation.
Who you cussing now?
Yes, dude, the mic is still bad, bro.
Bro, I don't think it's the mic. I just tested the mic on something else and it was alright. So maybe something else.
I
One
mean, I
second, let me
can
see if
hear
it's the
you, but
headphones.
yeah, but like,
One second.
I've even heard. I mean, like I said, people feel free to comment in the chat, say whether you agree with me, say whether you disagree. If you disagree, say why. But I've seen, some people have said, "Oh, but what about like?" So I've expressed this opinion to other people that I know that watch football. Some people say, "Well, but what about the Kane chance where he got the dink over Lloris?" And to be fair, that was a decent chance, but we all know Kane is not the quickest player. And even after he spun Meccano, you can see that the ball is running away from him. And he's actually done well enough to get something on it to try and actually dink Lloris. But Lloris was quick off his line. So that, I would say that's a decent chance, but it's not like a clear-cut chance. Then the snapshot that Bellingham took from outside the box, that came also from a set piece that France cleared. It was a decent attempt, but if we're being honest, it was straight down Lloris, and all he just had to do was stand and tip it over. If that went in, that would have been a blunder from him. And then what other chance? Oh, the Maguire chance from the set piece. That that was a decent chance as well, but once again, it's set pieces, bro. For all the play that people are saying England dominated, where are the clear cut chances? Where are the high percentage chances that you'd say, we created this, and on if we had our shooting boots on, we would have scored. There was none of that. So, for me, the performance was overrated, and France did what they had to do when they needed to do it.
I'm after join back on my phone still. 'Cause I still hear the crackling.
Yeah.
Yeah, bear with me a sec, people. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
All right, no worries. But yeah, guys, I'll keep because like I said, guys, I went back and watched the game because I always think it's a very sort of good thing to do as an avid watcher and viewer of football. Sometimes it's good to watch the game back just so that you can watch it without the emotions of the game, because when you're in the moment and you're watching the game live, sometimes your eyes can deceive you in a sense. Like you could, because I did think that England dominated the game watching it live, but then when I watched it back, I was just it just kind of made me realize that they didn't do much even when they had the ball. A lot of like I said, those two penalties were gifts in my opinion. Even though of course Kingsley's gonna be on the side of Saka and say that he did well to get the ball, but if we're being real, like he was going away from the penalty box and Griezmann was coming to help. I actually think if Tchouaméni didn't bring him down, I think Griezmann would have dispossessed him. And obviously, like we said, the second penalty was an absolute. Literally, the replay makes Hernandez look so bad because he doesn't even look at the ball. He literally goes in and just power drives his way into Mount's back. I don't even understand how that wasn't given in real time. But obviously, that's why we have VAR and the penalty was rightfully given.
Obviously, people, I'll come back. Audio quality. I will take you away from the despair of the England slander from Matt. All our years. In case you might not getting weird.
Yeah, your mic is still sky, bro.
Well, it can't be my mic then, G. I might be using the mic.
Okay, maybe just increase your volume.
What does it sound like? It sounds like you can't hear me.
No, I can hear you, but
make sure it's not your thing, because when you're talking as well, it cracks as well. Cause now I'm speaking, I can't hear no cracks. Is your thing still cracking?
Yeah, it's horrible, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's our mics. I think it's the actual stream itself. I've literally logged into a different device. I use this mic every week as well, and don't usually get this problem as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. This is never, because I mean before it would happen occasionally, but it was never consistent.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a stream or whatnot. Let's try and make a new stream. Oh, we need to chop up that World Cup final real quick.
Right. I'll end this one.
All right. Apologies for that, people. Obviously, we're just getting some technical difficulties, and we want the sound to be better than what it is. So we're gonna convene again in a second.